Cade Cunningham is becoming a superstar before our very eyes. After being on one of the worst teams in NBA history, Cade Cunningham has taken it upon himself, along with the addition of veteran leadership, to really taking this Pistons team somewhere not a lot of us thought they would go, the playoffs. And let's get right into it. And the biggest thing we got to talk about first is Cade as a playmaker. Dude's averaging 9 assists a game, right? And he's doing a great job, but now he actually has floor spacing. And again, if you were a Pistons fan, right, like shout out to my guy Codeine, right? For years, the biggest complaint was about if Cade had floor spacing, he would look far better, right? But let's even look at a clip like this. So they're going to set the screen action here with Hardaway, right? Comes off. Then you have Isaiah Stewart, who kind of is trying to set a screen here, but it's a little weird, right? Okay. Then he sets a screen for Hero. All in the meanwhile, Tobias is going to get this wide open backdoor cut because Bam's not paying attention. Jaime is here. Bam tries to get to it, and there's nothing you can do. That's basically wide open lanes. Again, Cade as a playmaker, he's quickly becoming one of the best playmakers in basketball. And again, he does a great job here controlling tempo, right? So, he's got the speed. He tones it down. Why does he tone it down? So now guys go and crowd him so that he can go right up with this. Terry Rozier is not stopping Jalen Duren on the move, right? And again, it's just the awareness that Cade's developing. And again, he slows it down. He waits. Does a great job here again, kicking out, right? You got Hardaway Jr. These are things you did not used to have, right? Now they're collapsed in. So Cade goes, well, there's only one way to get this out. And that's wide open to Hardaway in the corner. And then they can continue to build a lead. So I think one of the biggest improvements from this Pistons team, and especially with Cade, is they've given him legitimate floor spacers. So now you can see everything that was hyped about him going in to his draft class, going into why everyone thought at Oklahoma State he was the clear #1 pick, right? Again, Cade's going to do a good job here. Tobias immediately gets it out for the outlet, slows down, waits. Stewart leaks, right? They're coming over, gets the bounce, and the lay, right? Cade Cunningham, again, has quickly become one of the league's best playmakers. And I think it's one of the biggest reasons that people are thinking that this kid can become a legitimate superstar now with this Pistons team at a 6 seed. I believe they're a game or two out from even ascending up to the 5 and maybe even the 4 seed. And the biggest reason and the reason is Cade Cunningham. And then we got to talk about Cade, the scorer. Of course, playmaking is fantastic, but if you can't score the basketball, your playmaking and, quite frankly, your impact is going to be hard to feel, right? So again, slows it down, gets Duren for the screen, keeps Harden at his back. Zubac is staying with Duren. Nice, easy float. Again, I think one of the biggest concerns I had with, Cade even during this year was his turnover problem. But as the games have gone on, you can see he's learning how to control his speed and tempo and not letting himself just become quickly overwhelmed. So again, just slows it down, keeps Dunn on his hip, and again, just rises for the float. He does a great job when you're trying to guard him one-on-one in space to try and drive, but drive so that you're at his hip. Because at that point, right, it's hard to defend someone when you're at their hip. And again, Cade gets Batum, incredible spin, easy lay, right? Cade has been able to really just step up. Again, comes up. Harden doesn't really commit. So Cade just goes, I'll take it myself. That's a lot easier. What Cade Cunningham has been doing is electric. When you go here with Zubac, right? Again, Cade has legitimately shown a lot of people where the hype came from. Because I was reaching a point with Cade Cunningham personally, all right? I'll just be honest. I wasn't going to say he's a bust because he wasn't a bad player, but I was reaching a point of like, where was this hype really stemming from? Like, did we just over-evaluate the college level, right, with this kid? But again, now he gets Stewart, keeps the guy, and again, right, what he's been able to do in manipulating screens and manipulating, that open space is remarkable, right? Because again, he's going to get beef stew, right? And then he just goes for the midi. That's the thing I like too, is Cade's a willing shooter now. Like, teams don't like, or they're not able to completely shrink on him. They have to like respect him in space and not give him too much space. Like, you can't just completely sag off because, oh, he's just going to try and get to the rim. No, he's willing to take a midi. He's willing to shoot a three, right? Again, Harden reaches. So at that point, Cade's like, I've got the space. I'm going to take it. So then he can just slow it down. Waits. Gets Durant again. Slides past. Tough finish. Moments like that are going to show this to everybody why this guy is so special and why I think he does have a legitimate chance of becoming a superstar in the coming years in the league. And finally, we actually do need to talk about his defense. The Pistons are one of the better off defensive units in the league, and while Cade's not necessarily one of the biggest reasons, I would actually say he's not necessarily a negative or something that's hidden, right? He does a good job here. He gets up onto Grady Dick, right? Slows it down, kicks out, make the three, right? And again, that's a big reason this team's been so good. Transition play. Cade's willing to then negotiate into this spot, or not negotiate, to navigate, right? So you're going to get the screen action, right? They're driving. Turner provides an escape. Cade recognizes it, keeps with him, pokes it out, and immediately gets the steal to start pushing into transition, kicks it up again. And again, this is a big reason why the Pistons are good. It's Cade's a great, transition player. And again, that's a great job fighting with Miles Turner, right? And that's important for a locker room too, to see your star player is willing to do the nitty gritty things, diving for a loose ball, fighting for that chance, right? And then he's able to go and start again. I can't express it enough. The importance of what, again, you're down 22, right? But he's still giving it every effort. Does a great job. Pokes it out. Fights. Gets the steal. Slows it down. Right? And gets fouled. Because of what Cade is able to try and do as a defender, he is then able to make his offensive game that is already rapidly improved and increased. He's able to then take that to an even higher level. So let me know what you guys think. Is Cade Cunningham a superstar in the making? Is he just a star? Perennial all-star? As always, guys, this was Mr. No Soups. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. Peace out.